A distance relationship comes with its difficulties. Stay tuned, and I'm going to discuss with you some tips to help you have a beautiful relationship. Hi everyone, and thank you for joining once again on this channel, She Empowered. This is Bernadette. Thank you for stopping by. To all you subscribers and to any one of you that's just stopped by and is new to this channel, thank you. So today, as you've seen in the thumbnail, I'm going to discuss with you some important tips that one should think of and look at when entering into a distance relationship. This is going to be a long one, so I suggest you grab yourselves a nice cup of tea or coffee or water, whatever you drink, and let's talk. So, first of all, did you get your coffee? I got mine. It's herbal tea with lemon. Green tea with lemon, sorry. That gives it a little bit of a better taste. I don't know whether you agree with me, but anyway, that's my drink. So, let's start with the important tips. I call them tips because I've used these same techniques through the experience I'm having with a distance relationship. As some of you already know, I am in a distance relationship, have been for the past 18 months. And a distance relationship is more challenging than any other normal relationship. I'm using the word normal very lightly because I'm not trying to say that this is an abnormal relationship. It just has its difficulties. It comes with its pack of difficulties. So, first of all, when a couple decides to be in a distance relationship, it does help if you don't dwell on it. What I mean is, you accept the situation. You fell in love, you live far away from each other, you either decide to go on with it, with all the difficulties it brings with it, or give up something that might be very beautiful. So that's the first step before anything else. I ended up in a distance relationship by chance, and I do understand that many get into such a relationship by chance as well. But I know there are other instances like work or studies that all of a sudden makes a relationship that started off in the same country to take a different route and for the couple to be separated by living in different countries. In my case, it was by chance. We met on a game, on an online game, and the rest is history. I will be leaving after my chat with you. I will be leaving a clip of the day when I traveled to Leeds to meet my boyfriend. It was a big step and a big leap for me, because although we had chatted several times online, we video chatted, we used to make time for each other for the time when we decided we were going to meet and talk and discuss and get to know each other. You still wouldn't have met the person physically, and that's a huge difference. when you actually see the person, you might not like him at all. Because there are some differences when you actually meet the person. You don't know if there is that chemistry between you, and the physical chemistry, which I believe is important. So obviously, when I was traveling to Leeds, where my boyfriend lives, to meet him, I was very, very anxious, very excited, and very worried. Please bear in mind that when I met him, it was during COVID, and I had to stay at his house for 10 days in quarantine, and that is a big risk. But I did it. And thank God I did it. Could have gone very wrong, but it didn't. Um, and that just things flourished from there. Um, we did have a connection as we thought we did online, but you can never be sure, as I said. I know of stories where people traveled much longer distances than the distance I had to travel. And as soon as they met, there was no chemistry at all. Like, this is a completely different person. That's another thing. Because you're basing what I'm saying and what he's saying to be true. So there's a big element of trust, which can be broken the minute you meet the person. Anyway, so let's go back to the main tips that should help anyone in a distance relationship. So, number one, you have to accept that you're in this relationship, and you just have to look forward to that, so that eventually you get to live in the same country, hopefully. I think another important thing is, I'm looking down because I've taken notes to remember what I wanted to say. Because when I'm in front of the camera, I don't know. I just blank sometimes. So, the second thing is that you need to set your goals, both the short and the long-term goals. What I mean by this is the short-term goals are the ones where you plan to visit one another. So those are short goals. Like, I'm going to meet him in a month's time, he's coming over in 2 months' time. Those are the short goals. The long-term goals are the ones where you're planning for your future, where you can together see the same future and the same road ahead. So basically, you both want to be in a particular country, you both want to lead a particular lifestyle and life. Those need to be set and discussed, and come to an agreement. Because especially when in a long distance relationship, you need to have goals set. You need to have something to look forward to, because you're living so far away from each other, and many other things happen, and it does get difficult. It's difficult, but it's exciting at the same time, because there are benefits to a long-term relationship as well. I do believe that I've been in other relationships. This is my first long distance relationship, so I know the benefits. So a benefit that comes to mind is that you really get to know how much you miss the other person and how much that person means to you, because he's so much away from you, and that you are so looking forward to meet him again and to see him again and to spend time with him or her. I'm referring to him because in my mind I have my boyfriend, so could be whatever relationship, whatever gender, doesn't matter. So that was tip number 2. Set your goals. Okay, the next one is very important, very, very important. It's communication. So you might think, well, communication is very basic, isn't it? Yes, very basic, and sometimes it's not given its importance. So when you're in a distance relationship, you have to let the other party know where you are, what you're doing, um, maybe give the plan for the day. Um, Not to overstep, but for that other person to feel that he's in your life and that you are in his life. So although you're living apart, very miles apart, you still know what's going on with each other. You feel like you're there present, even though physically you're not. And communicate, talk with each other, say what's going on, because sometimes, even if it's not a long distance relationship, you assume things. If you don't hear from the other party, you say, oh, he's getting fed up of me, or oh, he's not interested in me anymore, or he's losing interest, or so many. You get these bad thoughts, unfortunately, and it's natural because of the distance. So you need to communicate. You need to communicate constantly. Be in touch. Be in each other's lives, basically. Um, and with it comes the next step, which is trust. Trust is a big thing. You need to trust the other party. You need to. Okay, apparently I can't talk today. I was talking about trust. So, trust. What do I mean by trust? So, that that means that you cannot tell a person you're going somewhere or doing something and it's not true, or many other things that happen during the day, because the minute trust is broken, it will be very difficult when it's a long distance relationship, very difficult to keep it going. Um, so I believe that's basic. Next, communication. Okay. Another very important thing. But from experience, you need to set times for each other. First of all, because you need boundaries as well. So each of you need to understand that the other person has his time or her time, and those are the boundaries you need to set. Moreover, you need to set the time for each other. So, like, prepare for date nights or do things together, even if it's online, doesn't matter. I watch movies with my boyfriend at the same time. Um, we eat together, we prepare dinners together. Even if it's online, doesn't matter. You can still do it. And that is time that you're allocating for each other. That is quality time. That's very important. It's much more than quantity. Sometimes you might be talking all day online and there's no quality, because just talking, it's not really involving yourself in the other person's life. You need to do things together, and you can do a lot. Trust me. I've been to the beach with my boyfriend online. I've been for walks with my boyfriend online. I've done practically everything. I've done so much with him that we have been in situations many times. When I'm showing him a place or he's showing me a place and he's saying, we've been here already. And I'm like, no, I haven't. And then he goes, yes, you've been with me. And I, no. Oh, you mean online? Oh, okay. And we get confused. We're like, oh, okay, you were here, but you were online. You weren't physically here. That's how much we get each other's lives involved. So that is very important. That's taking quality time together. It's much better than quantity. The last tip and the last important aspect to take and look into when you're in a long distance relationship is priority. Now you can tell if you're in a relationship and the other party doesn't prioritize you. That is a red flag. So if he doesn't put you first, even in a long distance relationship, it doesn't matter. Again, doesn't matter. You should still be his first or her. It doesn't matter. Ignore the gender references I'm making. You should be his priority or her priority, and you should feel it. If you don't, and you feel like you're like, oh, I'll get on with my day, then if I have 15 minutes, maybe we can chat. That is not good. That's a red flag. That means you're like a time filler. And that can easily happen if you're in this type of relationship, very easily. And that's a red flag. So watch for that. So those are the tips that I wanted to share with you. Don't get me wrong, although this presents a challenge, a long distance relationship can be very beautiful. You get to learn about each other's countries, and that is very exciting. You get to learn about a different culture, especially if you live very far away from each other. That is in my case, although we have many similarities, especially because Malta was once colony of England. So there are many similarities, but still the running of the country and the way people live and is very different. So you get to learn about each other's cultures, which can be very interesting and very exciting. You have to be tolerant toward each other's culture, but it's all good. I'm enjoying this time in my life. I believe my boyfriend is too, and we look forward to many years together. So that's it. That's all I had to share with you today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you take these tips home, and I hope you find that it will help you for any relationship you're in, especially if it's a long distance one. If you would like me to share anything else with you, just leave me a comment, even if you have any questions. I'll be very happy to answer. Thank you for stopping by, and until the next video, thank you. Bye bye. This is it, and the journey begins. Okay, here we go. So went through check-in, no issues at all, everything's clear. Now it's waiting time until it's time for the flight. This is so bloody exciting. So this is probably the craziest thing I've ever done in my whole entire life. And here I am. Just got my coffee. And now we wait because it's only 5:20, and at 6:15 the gate will be open, so a little bit more waiting. So this is it, I'm on the plane. There we are. See you soon. Here we go.
London Heathrow. I'm officially no more 2,000 miles away from you. Now I'm only 200 miles. See you soon. So we're on the underground all the way to King's Cross. And empty. The cabins are empty. It's a sorry sight actually.